Good afternoon, everyone. Hey guys, this is Bruce Marshall from Simpler Trading with the nightly market update for Wednesday, March the 30th. We are coming into the end of the first quarter, and it has been a crazy ride. I feel like I always say that, but this market lately in this quarter actually has been extremely crazy, extremely volatile, huge swings intraday. We're seeing that all the time. Had another one today. It just continues to be crazy, and that's a good thing. It's if you're trading this, it's a good thing. If you're a buy and hold person, it's probably very nerve-wracking. But let's jump in and take a look. I've got the Nasdaq and the ES here, but let's move this over for now and focus on. We'll start with the ES here today. This is the most broad representation of the market we have. So the light gray is the overnight session, the futures, and the black is today. So we opened up today. We have been, we've been ripping higher, higher. We'll look at that in a second. But overnight we kind of chopped, and I thought we had a little run into the open, and I thought, well, we'll probably, just keep on going like we have been. And then we started coming down. Not a big deal. We've had a lot of volatility. Thought we might bounce here. Thought we might bounce here, and then we just kept drifting lower and lower and lower. And I actually had a trade on up here for 46.50 and one for 46.35, I believe. And I have the trades I've been doing lately have been like tiny risk. I literally risk about 120 bucks on the trade, 200 bucks, something like that. Tiny amount. If it would have gone up there, we would have made about 2,800 bucks. So about 10 to 1 or more. It's kind of trades I'm looking at right now, and a lot of those are working. We've had a lot of winners lately like that, and that's a lot of fun when that happens. But anyway, so we started coming back down, and so I start looking at 4,600, and you see this little line here. That's a micro voodoo line, and we break through it, and we start free falling right here, and we get all the way down to 45.75, and I'm thinking this thing could pop up and then fail again, and this could be really ugly into the close. So I did not do a 4,600 trade. I was going to. These are just little day trades. And we came up and we landed right dead on 4,600. So that's pretty cool for a day trade if you are trading that and if you happen to get that. I know some people did. But anyway, let's take a look at the S&P and kind of see if we can make heads or tails out of it. So if you look here yesterday, you see this high on the day, 46.31. That's where I was targeting an end of the day trade today here, and that converts to the SPX at 46.37. So I was trying to I thought, at this point, when I did the trade was kind of right here. I was thinking, well, we'll bounce up, we'll take this high out, and we'll come up to the high from yesterday in the black here. And and then we'll have a nice little win for not a lot of money in it and all that kind of stuff. And it didn't work out. Again, most of them actually have been working out, which is a little unusual, and with pretty good, very good risk rewards that we're putting on the trades. But anyway, let's back this thing out a little bit further. And I like to start on real small time frames and then work my way out. So this is the last 10 days, and this will show you what I'm thinking here. So 42.39 to 46.31, that's about 400 points. I mean, 400 points in 10 days on the ES. That is moving. That's really going. And there's been really not a lot of pullbacks here. Buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. And it's just been, going. And I suspect we probably get another push higher here. Tomorrow's the end of the quarter. Probably get some buying into the end of the quarter, just for window dressing and positioning and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. We'll see. Or is this kind of the start of the next turn down? And we don't know yet. But this momentum says up, right? But there are some caveats on here. So let's go out a little bit further. 20 days. So check this out. From 20 days, now this is 500 points. I mean, that is really ripping higher. And you typically, if you are familiar with reversion to the mean and that kind of thing, typically you can only go so far until you take a break and pull back some, right? And I think we're at that point right now. And let me show you why. So if we go out here on a 1-year chart, Again, it's the same thing on the ES or the SPX. Um, Prior to this, again, this is a 1-year chart. Prior to this, the longest run we had was right there. And as you can see, this thing was straight up. There was a little pullback there. You see that red? A little pullback there. I mean, I wouldn't even call that a pullback compared to some of these other moves, right? Same thing here. From this to here, there's a little bit of red there, and then today, and that's it. But notice the difference. This is much more vertical. The length of this is it's much longer. That's actually not even representative. It's much longer here. But this move is going like this. This move's going like this. It's more, instead of this, it's going straight up. This will retrace. I don't know if it's from here or from this level or from this level. This all-time high. We're pretty close. We're not that far from all-time high. And just think, we went 500 points in 20 days. We're less than 200 points away from the all-time high. So can we run up here and tag that? Yeah, absolutely. But what happened today was that I think there was some troop movements, some Russian troop movements on the Ukraine border, and this last little push higher has been peace talks with the Ukraine situation, all that kind of stuff, and now maybe not. I don't know. Again, we don't know. This is a very highly news-driven market that we're in right now. Anyway, but I would say that I would be watching for the next leg down. Again, I don't know if it's from this level or here, or higher. I do have fib levels, and I have lots of resistance, above us. But I'm also, as you go higher, you start getting trailing levels of support behind us. So maybe we pull back to here, and then we bounce and keep going, and maybe this turns into, the next biggest, best thing, whatever, and a new all-time high and all that stuff. And it could, if the situation in Ukraine got resolved and all that kind of stuff. We are going to be coming up into earnings season pretty soon. That'll be a big, positive for the market, etc. But we've got all the still lingering crises, inflation at a 40-year high, and what's going to happen with inflation, what's going to happen with interest rates, what's the Fed going to do, we still got lots of geopolitical stuff, all those things. But anyway, there's a lot of reasons that we should come back down. Doesn't mean we will. So I'm playing this the same way, trading this the same way. I am using tight stops, on the downside, of course, limit the risk. I'm doing much smaller size. I have been since probably January, and it's still working. We're still making money. Everything's still, it's still fine. I think I'm up. I know I'm up over 10% for the year, and it's probably actually a little bit more than that, but maybe 12. And that doesn't sound great, but this has been a really horrible market for the most part. Again, I'm trading small size, but anyway, the point is to be careful here. Use tight stops. I've kind of gone into more day trading, swing, intraday, couple day, weekly, trading, and I'm trading the indexes a lot, SPX, IndieX, RUT, that type thing, versus trying to pick individual names, because those are hit or miss. And that's the way I will continue to play it until we get a little more clarity in this market, which we do not have right now. We could easily come back down here, all the way back down here, perhaps on bad news. We could easily go up here on really good news. So be aware of all that, kind of be aware of your surroundings and all that kind of stuff. And just the main thing is limit your risk on your trades if you're trading, and I would shorten my time frames up, because I don't know where we're going to be 3 weeks from now, much less 3 months from now, 3 weeks from now. I don't know where we'll be 3 days from now. So you got to trade short term on this stuff, and again, it's working if you do it correctly. So if you want to see how I'm doing it and some of the other traders here, we've got lots of good traders here at Simpler. Come in the main room, come in my room. It's called Bias. I'm in the main room as well. You can catch me in there, and we walk through these trades step by step. So I hope you can join us, and I'll leave it there. So have a great rest of the day. Hope your trading's going well, and I hope we see you soon in the trading rooms. Thanks.
Without Simpler Trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life. It's helping me find consistency.
It's one of the things that won me